Hello everybody, welcome back to another Gordon Aviation YouTube video, and today we have a brand new Washington Dulles International Airport Update, episode 17. I'm very excited to show you we have one new Model X update today. Not a whole lot has changed, except I have gotten a brand new camera set up. Finally got a tripod and a light that will clip onto my phone to make it look a lot better, and you are seeing that right now. And by the way, if I do sound a little bit like clogged up or whatever, it's allergy season here in Tennessee. My voice does not sound that good at all. So yeah, my apologies if I do sound a little bit clogged up. But without further ado, let's get started into this video. And to start things off today, we have this United Airlines 737-700 in the Evo Blue livery. He arrived in from Newark and will be heading out to St. Thomas. And here, just preparing for departure, we have this United Airlines 737-800 in the Star Alliance livery. He arrived in from Portland, Oregon, and will head out to Houston George Bush Intercontinental. And speaking of George Bush, I do want to say Happy Veterans Day. I am recording this on Veterans Day, November 11th, 2021. So if you are a veteran who watches this channel, thank you for the service to our country that you have done. You've made a long-lasting impact, and this is why people like me can stay at home, build our model airports, and salute our flag, and be proud American citizens. But yeah, like I said, he arrived in from Portland, Oregon, and will head out to Houston Intercontinental. And next up, we have this United Airlines 737-800 in the Evo Blue livery. He arrived in from LAX and is about to get ready to push back for Philadelphia. A cool thing is that the early morning flight to Philly is actually being operated by a 738 in real life. Pretty interesting to see. I don't know how long it will last, but pretty cool to see anyway. But yeah, like I said, he arrived in from LAX and will be heading out to Philadelphia. And here we have this United Airlines 737-800 in the Evo Blue livery. He's currently arriving in from Miami. He will take the gate of the 737-800 that's about to push back. He'll take his gate and then get ready for a flight out to Denver or Mile High Aviation's airport. And here we have this United Airlines 737-700 in the Evo Blue livery. He arrived in from Windsor-Locks Bradley International, and he's currently getting loaded up with the baggage and catering, and will head out to Sarasota, Florida. And here we have this United Airlines 738 in the Evo Blue livery. He arrived in from Fort Lauderdale, and will head out to, go out to San Antonio. And here we have this United Express CRJ-200, which is very weird to see at this terminal, but he arrived in from Greensboro, North Carolina, and he will be heading out to Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I have no, I think I know why United is operating this route. It might just be because of, capital, Dulles being capital of America, Ottawa being the capital of Canada. Might just be that. I'm not sure if this plane does actually go out of the main United C&D concourse. It might go out of the little Express area, but as far as I know, the Express area does not have any international customs facilities. So I'm not sure about that, but it's definitely really cool to see international travel between the United States and Canada reopening, and therefore, the world. Because this Monday, November 8th, international travel from Europe, if you're vaccinated, finally opened up, so load factors on flights are probably going to be a whole lot better now. But yeah, like I said, he arrived in from Greensboro, North Carolina, and is currently getting fueled up and ready for a flight out to, Ottawa, Ontario. And then we have this United Airlines 757-200 in the right here in New York livery. He arrived in from Orlando and will head back out to Orlando in about 30 minutes. We usually don't get too many 752 flights during the fall season. We might get a couple, but usually it's just Orlando, maybe sometimes LA or Chicago. It just depends, but I think we get about one 752 flight, 1 or 2 a week to Orlando, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe. Yeah, I need stuff rambling on, but yeah, like I said, he arrived in from Orlando and will head back out to Orlando in about half an hour. And here, just taxiing to his gate, we have this United Airlines Airbus A319, which arrived in from Austin, Texas. Was currently arriving in from Austin, Texas. We'll pull into his gate, and then we'll head out to let's have him go out to Chicago. Okay. And here, just about ready to leave, we have this United Express Embraer ERJ 175 in the new livery. He arrived in from Nashville and is currently about ready to leave and push back for let's have him push back for West Palm Beach, Florida. And then we have this United Express Embraer ERJ 170. He arrived in from Key West, Florida a couple hours ago and is currently just sitting idle at the gate. Will overnight here and head out to Detroit tomorrow morning. And then we have some very interesting news. United is temporarily, this is fictional anyway, but United, in my model airport, is temporarily bringing back the 777-300ER on services between Washington Dulles and Frankfurt. I believe they used to do 777-300ER services back in 2019. I'm not sure, but maybe 2019. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, this doesn't seem like too far-fetched considering the increased travel demand for vaccinated travelers between Europe and the U.S. I'm really excited to see the upgrades that United is planning on flying out of Dulles. Can't wait to see what that will entail. But anyway, like I said, he's arriving in from Frankfurt and is currently getting the cargo and the crew and the fuel on board and will head out to Frankfurt again. And here we have a United 767-300ER in the Evo Blue livery. He arrived in from Houston Intercontinental and is now currently almost ready to push back for Zurich, Switzerland. There's one problem though. Somebody read the sheet for the meal catering as coming in from Zurich and heading out to Houston, so they accidentally loaded on the domestic meals, not the international meals. So they're having to delay departure by about 20 minutes so they can go back to the gate and get the meal swapped around. That's currently what's happening right now, but the caterer should be done in about 10 minutes and they will then push back and head out to Zurich. But yeah, like I said, he arrived in from Houston Intercontinental and will head out to Zurich, Switzerland. And here we have this United Airlines 787-9 in the new Evo Blue livery. He arrived in from LAX. He's currently getting the bags and the catering offloaded and will head out to Paris Charles de Gaulle in about 3 hours. And here we have this United Airlines 787-10 in the Evo Blue livery. He arrived in from Brussels and is currently getting the plane cleaned and the bags offloaded, and then we'll head out to Frankfurt in about 3 hours' time. And here we have the United Airlines 787-8, which arrived in from Munich, Germany, and is currently getting fueled up and kitted up for a flight out to San Francisco. And here we have this Porter Airlines -8 Q400, which arrived in from Toronto Billy Bishop Airport, and he just got pushed back from his gate and is currently taxiing to the runway and will head back out to Toronto Billy Bishop Airport. Now, welcome back, United Airlines 777-200 domestic routes. I know that I have been showing my 777-200 in a lot of updates throughout the summer, but because I didn't have a second 787-8 to cover for it. But throughout the summer, through kind of June, July, and August, there was not a whole lot of 777-200 domestic routes. We got a few, but not a whole lot. But now that fall's reappearing, fall winter season's coming now, we're finally getting more 777-200 domestic routes. So he's currently arriving in from LAX, and we'll take the 767's gate once he pushes back, and he will head out to San Francisco after his turn. And here, taxiing to finish off the taxiway. Sorry about that wobble, but we have this Swiss Airlines Airbus A330. He is arriving in from Zurich and will head back out to Zurich later. And here we have an Air Canada Express Embraer ERJ 175. He arrived in from Toronto Pearson International Airport and will head out to Montreal Trudeau International Airport. And here, just starting to get the crew and the cleaners on board, we have this Lufthansa A330-300, which arrived in from Frankfurt and will head back out to Frankfurt in about 3.5 hours. Over in the distance, we have this British Airways Airbus A350-1000, filling in for a 787-9. He arrived in from London Heathrow. He's currently getting fueled up and ready to head back out to London Heathrow. And here we have the Air India Boeing 777-300ER, made by JC Wings, and I believe this is the Celebrating India livery. believe that's what it's called. He arrived in from Delhi and will be turning around and heading back out to Delhi. The reason why you see a lot of not a whole lot of GSE on these aircraft is because a lot of the Middle Eastern flights, they have quite a long turnaround, like at least a 3 or 4 hour turnaround. So, and they usually don't get busy up until the last kind of hour, 30 minutes-ish. So yeah, like I said, he arrived in from Delhi and will be heading back out to Delhi. And here we have this Etihad Boeing 787-9, which arrived in from Abu Dhabi and will head back out to Abu Dhabi in about 4.5 hours. I can't really get my camera back around there, it's kind of hard. But welcome Egypt Air. We have this Egypt Air Boeing 787-9, which arrived in from Cairo and will head back out to Cairo. Egypt Air is not really a new airline to us. I believe they started in, I think, 2019 or 2018. I believe it's relatively new compared to, British Airways and, of course, United. But I love this JC Wings Boeing 787-9 mold, and I'm very glad to have two. The Etihad 789 and the Egypt Air 789 are both made by JC Wings. I do like the mold. And I cannot wait. Well, it's great to have the Egypt Air in my collection, finally. But yeah, like I said, he arrived in from Cairo and will head back out to Cairo in about 5 hours. I'm sorry about not the best quality. I just cannot get my camera close enough to do a better look at the Delta section. But we have this kind of zoomed in Delta section where you can see all the planes. I think this looks actually quite nice. But in the very back, if you can see it, we have the Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900. I might be flying on this aircraft, or I might be flying on the A321, I believe, this December from Baltimore to Detroit, and then I'll be flying, I believe, a CRJ 900 onto Traverse City. Look out for that trip aboard. That should be coming in a couple months, so look out for that. Anyway, this Delta 737-900 arrived in from Salt Lake City, which I believe is like a newer route, I'm not sure. But anyway, he arrived in from Salt Lake City and will head out to Seattle-Tacoma, the Delta A321. He arrived in from Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson and will head back out to Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson. And then we have the Delta Connection CRJ 700 filling in for the CRJ 900. If I have time, I'll try and get the CRJ 900 fixed. Hopefully I have time, but I will hopefully get it fixed soon. But he arrived in from New York JFK. I'm getting confused with a different route. He arrived in from New York JFK and will head out to Detroit. And now onto the American Airlines section. Tell me if you like this kind of section thing. It kind of speeds up the making the airport update. It kind of speeds it up, and I think it kind of looks cool. But it should be in focus now. We have this American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the new retro livery. He arrived in from Las Vegas McCarran and will head back out to Las Vegas McCarran. I don't know how to deal with this route. The reason why I put the 738 on this route is because currently sometimes the Dallas Fort Worth, Austin, and now Charlotte sometimes are all being operated by A319s. And I don't know how long this Dallas flight will last. So yeah, I don't know how long it'll last, but anyway, Las Vegas route will last. Anyway, like I said, he arrived in from Las Vegas McCarran and is currently getting ready to fly back out to Las Vegas McCarran. And then it should be in focus now. We have this American Eagle Bombardier CRJ 900, which arrived in from Charlotte Douglas and will head back out to Charlotte Douglas. And here we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 by NG Models in the Kenny Blue livery. He arrived in from, let's go with Chicago Midway, and will head back out to Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson or Citrus Aviation's airport. Now on to the United Express section for this update. Here we have this United Express Bombardier CRJ 200 in the Eva Blue livery. He arrived in from Clarksburg, West Virginia, and will head back out to, let's have him go out. I feel like a fitting route would be Charleston, South Carolina. Next up, we have this United Airlines Dash 8200, Qantas Link Dash 8200, filling in as a United Airlines Dash 8200. He arrived in from, from Pittsburgh and will head out to Harrisburg, both in Pennsylvania. And then currently just getting pushed back, we have this United Airlines Mitsubishi CRJ 200, in the new livery, which arrived in from Greenville, Spartanburg, and will head and is currently getting pushed back for Grand Rapids, Michigan. And here we have this United Express Embraer ERJ-145, which arrived in from Knoxville, and is currently getting the bags and the passengers loaded on for Presque Isle, Maine. I don't know what the deal is with this route, but it is very kind of cool. Sorry about that. It is kind of cool to see. A Presque Isle route. Presque Isle is a really small northern Maine town. Don't really know what the deal with it is. I think it might be like an EAS obligated route. I'm not sure. But yeah, like I said, sorry, the camera keeps moving. Sorry, like I said, he arrived in from Knoxville and is currently getting loaded up, and will head out to Presque Isle, Maine. And here we have our second to last United Express aircraft for this update. We have the United Express Bombardier CRJ-200 in the old Battleship gray livery. He arrived in from Philadelphia and will head out to Rochester, New York. And again, sorry about the camera movement and stuff. I'm still trying to figure out the new tripod setup and all of that. But yeah, let me know if you like this. I like it. It definitely speeds up the amount it takes and I have to do to get the correct camera angle and all of that. But yeah, like I said, well, not like I said, well, anyway, here we have this United Express Bombardier CRJ-200 in the Evo Blue livery. He arrived in from, Grand Rapids, Michigan again. We're going to do that. Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we'll head out to, I've already done main routes. Let's do, Charlotte, I have like a huge, book of routes in front of me that I've, written down. Let's find, okay, he arrived in from, Grand Rapids, Michigan again, and he will head out to, let's go with Milwaukee. Sorry about that, yeah. Anyway, like I said, he arrived in from Grand Rapids and will head out to Milwaukee. And here at the cargo section, we have this FedEx Airlines Boeing 757-200 freighter, which arrived in from Indianapolis and will head back out to Indianapolis. Currently, there's no GSE or anything near it, just because it is the middle of the day, and not a whole lot of stuff is happening. And our final aircraft for this update, we have this UPS Airlines Boeing 767-300 freighter. He arrived in from Louisville and will head back out to Louisville. And that does conclude this Washington Dulles International Update, episode 17. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope to make more of these. By the way, if you could help me, just help me try and get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Let your friends know if they like aviation. Let your family know if they also like aviation. I'm just trying to grow my channel a little bit. Help you guys out. And I'm getting ready for a very special Dulles winter update. I'm going to have some fake snow, maybe some Christmas lights. I'm not going to spoil it all. But yeah, and then we get trip reports. We have Delta, I believe CRJ-700 or CRJ-200 from Detroit to Knoxville. And then we have for another 4 Delta flights from Baltimore, Detroit, Traverse City, and then Traverse City, Detroit, and Detroit, Baltimore. So we're going to have, if you're complaining that I'm not flying Delta enough, I'm going to fly Delta a lot more this year. The reason why I only fly Delta during the holidays usually is just because I travel, where I need to go either the Southeast or the Midwest, which is, two of Delta's largest markets, and they don't offer the most competitive pricing, but they offer the best connection time and the best frequency of flights out of Baltimore, because it's kind of a hassle to drive an hour and a half and through the DC traffic all the way to Dulles. So I usually fly out of Baltimore. I've flown out of Dulles a few times, but usually fly out of Baltimore. But I need to stop rambling on because we're already about to hit the 2-minute mark. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this Gordon Aviation Washington Dulles Airport update. I really hope to see you again soon in the next video, whenever that may be. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.